Good morning from the garden. It's the 9th of October today, and that means we're going to get a frost within the next week probably. And that means it's time to bring our winter squash inside. We grew 7 different varieties this year, and I thought it would be fun to share our experiences with you. Winter squash are a very important crop for us because we try to eat from the garden all year round without using a freezer. And winter squash obviously can be stored easily. We keep them in an unheated bedroom and they keep for 4 to 5 months or more. The great thing about winter squash is that you can use them for so many different things, both savory and sweet dishes. And what I'm after are varieties that don't get too big so that we can use up the fruits in 1 or 2 dishes. I'll start with the fairly well-known Yuxi red curry, which is a Japanese variety of the Hubbard squash. It has really good eating qualities. It can be used for soup, lots of different things. I'll post a link below for our favorite winter squash soup, which we make using this variety. They're fairly reliable for our cool climate. We had 2 plants and we harvested 9 fruits in total. They vary from about 1 to 1.5 kilo, which is about 2 to 3 pounds. Next one is an Italian heirloom. It's called Tonda Padana. Tonda means round in Italian, and Padana because it's from the Padua region in northern Italy. In Italy it is used for a variety of typically Italian dishes such as filling of pasta and gnocchi, but also sweet breads and cakes. The skin is very thick, so that means it has good storing capacity, but it also means that it's almost impossible to peel. So what I do is cut it in veggies and then bake them in the oven, and then it's easy to, when it's softened, then you can scoop it out and use for something else, for a dish that you are making. I weighed one of these. It was 1.8 kilo, which is over 3 pounds. They're about the same size, and we harvested 6 fruits from 1 plant, so that's a pretty good result. Next up is the spaghetti squash, also called vegetable spaghetti because when you bake it, then it begins to resemble spaghetti, not in taste but in appearance. So it is often served with tomato sauce and stuff like that. I usually cut it in half and then bake it in the oven and serve it with butter, salt, pepper, sage is also nice. We planted 2 plants, and one of them had fruits like this, and it just had 2 of them. But the other one had slightly different fruits that started out green and then turned orange. They're slightly smaller, but there were 19 of them, so that's the one that gave us the biggest harvest of all. Next is this one. It's called Kakai, and it's a hulless winter squash, which means it's grown primarily for the seeds, which you can use right away. They don't have a skin that you would have to peel. I cut one of these open and we got 75 grams of seeds, which is less than 3 ounces. So that's not a lot. And you can use the rest of the winter squash as well, but the taste is less good than some of the other varieties. We got 5 fruits in total from 1 plant. So that's not a really great harvest, but the seeds were really good. They were the best pumpkin seeds that I have had ever. We have also grown one variety of the butternut squash. This one is called Harrier. It is a British bred variety which is selected especially for shorter and cooler summers, because generally the butternuts need more warmth and more sun than we get here. But this one did really well with us. We got 6 fruits from 1 plant, and they're also quite a bit heavier than the package said, because it says that they should be about 800 grams, and the ones that I weighed were over 1.5 kilos. But the nice thing about butternuts obviously is that you get a lot of flesh. The seed cavity is very small, it's just here, so you get a lot of usable flesh from 1 winter squash. This one is a Chinese heirloom, and it's called Yuxi Bingwa. impossible to pronounce. We had 2 plants, one we planted in the garden and one on the compost heap behind me. The one that was planted in the ground only just started setting fruit, so they will probably not ripen. But the one on the compost heap did really well, and I already counted about 12 fruits, and I think there will be more. They weigh about 1 to 1.5 kilos, and they start green like this, but then turn pale orange, really pretty. We have not yet eaten one, so I don't know about the taste, but we got really good results from the one here behind me. The last one is what we now call mystery squash, because the variety that I planted was supposed to be baby blue Hubbard. Obviously this is not baby blue Hubbard. I don't know what it is. It looks good. We have 5 of them. So if any of you know what variety this could be, please let me know. They feel very heavy, so there will be probably a lot of flesh, and about the taste I don't know yet. But that's we'll find out. So these are all the varieties that we grew this year. I'll post a link below to the companies where I got the seed, but many of them are available from different sources. I would also like to know what your favorites are, what squashes do best for you, so please let me know in the comments. Happy gardening!